All right, folks, welcome back to the show that never ends. This is Right Live Draw. And I think that we're going to do actually, first, a little bit of housekeeping. We're going to be doing this. This should be hopefully about, I'm always saying that it's going to be this amount of minutes or that amount of minutes, but I think this will be about 7. Let me make sure I've got that timer on. Hold on a second. All right, and we're rolling. So I made a, I think I did a how to ink this. I did like 8 videos prior to this. So this will be part 9. It was like parts 1 through 8 of 8. This is going to be part 9, I think. So I made a horrible mistake because I think after the last video that I'd shot, I'd inked this part. This is actually a sketch that I did at a cafe of a real person that was there, passing acquainted friend a while back, years ago. And I made the horrible mistake of using the Sharpie, which is usually good for everything, but these pages, I should say, this is a Canson sketchbook, are like barely 100. I think they're like 80 to 100. This is one of my bigger sketchbooks. I have a bunch of smaller ones, but yeah. So it's very just you can't use some inks on it because it'll just bleed through. And apparently, look at this, folks. As you can tell here, hopefully I can. I'm showing that off. Yeah, it just bled through with this blue line drawing. I was trying to work on force and form and movement on that page, and that bled through. So that's sucks, but that's okay. It happens. And then, of course, the page got ripped here, and the Sharpie shows through here. So whatever you do, if you get a Canson sketchbook, do not use the Sharpie on it because it will bleed all the way through. Lessons learned. Lessons learned. I keep telling you all, this is a channel about mistakes that are made. So we're going to take this wonderful Sharpie that otherwise works with everything else. We're going to put it into our ink satchel and leave it there. Now, apparently, I'm running out of ink on these brushes, so this is actually a Japanese-made. Well, it's not a disposable pen because it has refills. I don't know what it is. I don't even know what it's called. I can't read kanji, so there we go. You guys can get a good look at it from there. That angle, copy that if you must. But I recommend this brush. It's a Kuratake. As far as it's anything else, I can't read it. Gives you a general idea. Basically, just put in the cartridge, and you're good to go. Play with the brush a little bit. As you can tell, it's got a very fine, very good point for fine line work. So I'm gonna just show that in a minute here, and then it's drying out, so I'm gonna have to switch out the cartridge. Maybe I'll do that off camera. All right, folks. Welcome aboard. Welcome back. Haven't seen you all. Haven't talked to you all in a minute. But like I said, I'm always busy with my day job and everything else that life requires. I've got this brush also, which is, of course, the Pigma brush from Micron. No, Sakura Pigma brush, I should say. So this will actually, now this one's got, as you can tell here, can you see? It's frayed. The point is getting frayed from use. I was using it earlier before I started filming right here. I think I'll use it in here we go, in a larger space. Now, this is all practice for my brush inking. So we're going to do some work here. Not quite the strokes that I wanted, but good enough. I just wanted to add some darkness here. Okay. Now these edges here, I should say I can actually work on the thicker lines of the holding lines of the drawing by using the brush really, really carefully. All right, so you can tell there. And then again, this is frayed, but it still works if you just use the very splayed tip of the brush. All right, so that's working. Finer details, I'll use the Kuratake. And then I've got a Micron number 2, as you can tell here. And I guess I could use that for, just working on the layer. Now, if this is your first time coming through the channel, I appreciate it. Welcome aboard. Thank you very much for stopping by. You could have been anywhere else on the internet. You decided to stop by here. If you are one of my returning subscribers, thank you very much for being here and for taking a look at the video. As always, to the newbies and those that have been here but haven't yet subscribed, please hit the, if you like this, I hope you do, hit the bell for notifications, hit the thumbs up, and by all means, definitely. I don't want to make this a perfect. Also, when you do a curve, I use a cursive line to make a. I try not to make it too perfect of a curvature, if that makes sense. It doesn't have to be pristine. I don't want these lines to be pristine because I'm drawing clothing. But yes, as I was saying, sorry, I got derailed there with the artwork itself. But yeah, definitely a little bit of housekeeping is in order as always. We got to take care of business first and last. Hit the bell for notifications. Do give the video a thumbs up, and by all means, subscribe to the channel. So on that note, let's get to work here. Let's do some fine line. I've also got the number 8. I'm going to use the number 2, see if I can get a fine line out of it, like here, for the hatching. I don't call it cross because I'm not crossing the hatching. So I'm sure you can all see that. Now I could do a cross hatching here. I'm going to wait on that for a minute. I think I might, if I wanted a darker shadow falling underneath his chin, then I would do that cross hatching. Or you or whomever's doing a similar type of artwork in their sketchbook. Let me see if I can actually use this brush and show you how well it works. I want to work on the nose. I want the deeper shadow to be at the bottom of the nose because the casting of the light is actually from up above, as I'm sure you could tell. We're going to close that up because it was looking kind of crazy there for a minute. These details bug the heck out of me sometimes when I'm drawing, when I don't get them done right, or I forget to do them and leave it for the next video. All right. And then here is, okay, we're going to work. Again, these are just minor little details. Can you see that, folks? Hopefully you can. All right. My hand's kind of in the way on the right side. Let me put the, but again, you got to have a little dexterity. Also, I would recommend if you're using a brush, whether it's a pen brush, so you can thicken up that line a little bit and just make it look pretty, you want it, if it's a raw sketch, it doesn't have to be pretty. If you're drawing monsters, don't make them pretty. If you're defining features and you're drawing a type of you could say a portrait of somebody, which this kind of is, then definitely you want to refine certain tidbits. Again, it doesn't have to be pretty, but you do want to make it as accurate as you can to the person that you had seen, who was your model, in essence. All right, I think we are at a time. What are we at? 8 minutes. Okay, we're good to go. My clock is off the wrong. Okay, hold on a second. I think we're going to do a part 10. All right, it'll be a part 10. Let's do this to 10 minutes. Okay. Oh my goodness. Clear. And the clock is not working right. All right, hold on a second, folks. I'll have to fix the timer. All right, we're going to conclude this here, and I'll do a part 10 after all. All right, we'll do a little bit more work. We're just going to refine this and add some of the shadows here, shadows cast here, and then we'll be done. All right, thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. Definitely subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and by all means, do come back, and we'll see you on the next upload. As always, take care of yourselves and each other. Bright moments. See you on the next one.